Toomey. Again, not a surprise, but I wanted to make sure we got that call on the air as soon as we got it. Go ahead, Chuck.
No, that's fine. And it just that they were worried, so the idea that they might actually get more Democrats to show up in this primary than, say, in that big Rendell-Casey primary tells them, well, maybe there is an enthusiastic Democratic base out there. And frankly, if you poll folks, all those smart folks in Washington, that in the Democratic side, they will sit there and say a lot of them can make a better argument for Sestak in the general because they say Pat Toomey, who we just called now as a Republican nominee, he knew how he was going to run against Specter. He's been there too long. He's been in Washington. He had the easy campaign to run. It's a different race with Sestak.
Looking at the 12th district in Pennsylvania, an actual special election to send somebody to Washington. It's Democrat Mark Kritz, longtime staffer to John Murtha, versus Republican Tim Burns. Obviously, that one's the most interesting because it does have the most immediate effect on what actually happens in Washington. That said, neither of these men very well known. Both of them actually quite conservative, running against health care reform, running against what one might describe as a Democratic agenda in a relatively conservative district. What are you seeing happening there, Chuck?
Well, look, the Republicans totally ran a nationalized race. They did everything. They threw Obama against the wall. They threw Pelosi. They did everything they could to nationalize the race. Obviously, the Democrats tried to show they can localize it. Democrats are feeling confident. You talk to Republicans behind the scenes, they're pessimistic. They say, well, the surge in Democratic turnout could be the difference because don't forget the extra Democratic primary vote. The more competitive Democratic primary means more Democratic voters might have actually shown up there. Labor spent a lot of money on Kritz's behalf. This was, on paper, you sit there and say, if Republicans win this special, then it's Katie bar the door. Every Democratic incumbent goes, oh, my God, look, this Kritz had everything going for him, had some money, localized the election, seemed to actually win the message war at the end, and he couldn't survive. But, of course, if Democrats do hold this, that's got to make Republicans go, wait a minute. We couldn't win this one with all the environment, you know, the wind at our backs. Yes, there was that turnout advantage for the Democrats, but beyond that, they couldn't get over the line. They could be second-guessing some of their strategy. You know, did they not have the right message? Is Pelosi not the person they should be running against in these races? Is Obama not the person? It makes them do a lot of second-guessing. Whatever happens, there will be a lot of overreaction, Rachel, by one party or the other. And frankly, probably fair enough, because this is a swing district and a type of district Republicans have to win if they're going to get those 40 seats to win control of the House.
NBC and MSNBC political director Chuck Todd. I have like 5,000 questions that I want to ask you, all of which are like increasingly
we'll see at 11,
in the
right?
weeds. But if you come back at 11, I'm going to ask you all of them, okay?
You got it.
Thanks, Chuck.